Well, it's good night, too. Time for another recap. We are looking awesome for the day, like usual. Let's start on X, the old Twitter here. Looking for the predictions and the calls. What happened today, right? So, as you can see on the X here, we had some really decent calls here. We had put a reminder out here very early in the morning, and I said, don't long anything in pre-market. VIX has gaps above us. Watching the short all pre as VIX looks to fill this gap here. Good wait time. So wait on the trades. Nothing to see there. And then we finally started seeing we were ranging very close to the unfilled gap. Not to forget the unfilled gap on NQ. We're still waiting for this to fill today or tomorrow. That is right here, 18,030, pretty much. So somebody commented as well, asking if I was looking for that trade to fill NQ still, and that's absolutely, might not be today, might not be tomorrow, but we definitely will get a lower low off the pop. So I said wait for a pop to short. Okay, so we posted this in the morning, and for my premium chat in my group, I had long at 1618 right here. So long 437.92, target 1 VWAP, target 2 the 100% fib of the algo, target 3 the golden pocket of 439.80. So all these long targets 1, 2, and 3 were all hit as called. So we did get those from the NQ. So I did come up with an update right here as we did hit those calls, and then we got a opportunity to see it fill up to the top. So let's take a look at what it looks like in the market. So here's the Qs, move this over, and this is what she looked like here. So why did we pick the reversal point and long point at 437.92? Well, if we look at the 5-minute chart, we had a beautiful algorithm here. So check this out. Long wick right here, Central Time 7:05. And what I did was I pointed this Fibonacci extension to the downside. And generally the rule of thumb is looking for the 1618, and then it retraces back to the 100. If we get inside the 100, it goes to the golden pocket. Golden pocket above that goes to the 0% fib. And something about this Fibonacci was completely different than a lot of other Fibonaccis that we see, because this guy had zero price action. This was a wipeout. So what I mean by that is the box of the Fibonacci we have right here. All of pre-market, there was no data, right? So once it did the liquid washout, coming to some extensions like the 1618 or even the 2, whatever one would have happened, is going to net us back up to that box, because we don't have any price action to the right of this. The Fibonacci has nothing. So sometimes you see in pre-market, you'll get an algo like this, and then it'll have some price action here, and then kind of dip down and create what kind of price action it wants to inside the fib. We had zero of that. This entire box is fib range. It washed out from here in the algo, and this is the only live real price action on the lower right here underneath. So when this thing started to retrace in the 1618, we guaranteed that call all the way up to at least the golden pocket. The bonus round was going to be the top of the fib, the 0%. And then when I left my team, I said short near pre-market highs, and then you can come back down for another scalp. As I said for my Discord, here is pre-market high. Right here, you see it push into the +2 VWAP extension there and lose pre-market. So like I said, short into the pre-market high tag. We got the hit right here. This is the short zone right here. We have hot RSI. And we did mention already on the 5-minute MAC, big things come in threes, and I said we already have a lower wave right here. So at 9:30, just about, I said the lower wave right now in MAC is setting up. You see this MACD right here. That lower wave was setting up. And we had this one forming, this one already formed, and this one was the perception and our opportunity to see that follow through. So we had 3 low sides, and then we were obviously way too hot on the RSI, and we had the RSI coming back down with a nice little overheat around 80, 81. So all of those pertain to all of our trades today. And what we did pretty good today, we locked in on the small account challenge here. We had 523, the bigger account, we got up to, I need my glasses, 3,955. So with those two big accounts there, I did post our regular gains and how we do. That's my main driver account, and then my account challenge that we're doing for 15,000. That is now at 18,434. This is our 3rd green day. And so why a 15K account challenge? Well, I do trade with Apex. And Apex is a fantastic funded trader program, and they have an opportunity for a lot of traders that don't have a lot of capital to actually make a lot of money. And we did this already by bringing out $20-some thousand in Apex, and they're the truth, they're real. If you want to sign up and support the channel, the link is in the description. My code is in the description. If you do sign up, please let me know via X or Twitter. I answer questions for people that use my links, and we're going to do weekly webinars. or I'm sorry, bi-weekly webinars on the weekends for people that do that. So I'm keeping a list and keeping track. So please message me if you did that, if you want to be included. The long story short with Apex is I had about 17 accounts funded through them. I made an astronomical amount of money through them, and they want me to switch over to live. So that's kind of on pause. So that's why I kind of went over to a $15,000 account, because I did have a lot of requests through Twitter and a lot of asking saying, oh, I don't want to do the Apex. I'm not comfortable with the trailing down. That's not very fun. I don't have a mega big account, 30, 40 grand, but I do have about 10 to 15,000. So I said, okay, let's do a 10 to 15,000 account challenge and see what we can do for you guys. So we started with 15,000. This is day 3, closing out at 18,434. Yeah. So with that being said, and the recap being said, what's next, right? So what we said in the last video, okay, we said we had an opportunity to see some slowdown at the golden pocket. Now, if you missed that last video, I'll throw it in the description below. You can check that out. But I said we'll top out near right here, the golden pocket of 4/4's giant engulfing candle. And we did get that. And then we topped out. Now we came down a little bit. And like I said, we could come back down and attack the 100% fib before we go back up to the top of this candle to retrace. If we do, nothing is guaranteed, but we do have a very good opportunity here to kind of continue to push up a little bit more to continue for that lower high. And if we do get a lower high from highs, obviously back down to the 100 EMA, then somewhere in this area, we're looking for lower high and the macro, right? The long term, whether that be a little bit later. We don't have anything this week, as we've mentioned before, that's going to give us the mega catalyst to the upside. So we're just kind of floating and doing the day trades, doing the intraday scalps, which all worked out very well today. So, end of the day here, we have the full Fibonacci effect all said and done right here. We don't have a back test of the 50, and we also don't have our NQ target. So if you missed that on Twitter call, we're still waiting for that NQ to fill down at 18,030, as we mentioned. So that one is not too far away. And I think that bounce that we got on the NQ's 50 SMA daily, which happened right here, that is a daily moving average into our inside chart, to our intraday charts here. And that pushed pretty good up, and now we're just kind of holding that weekly zero. We have to lose 18,150 and progressively get some trend there to chase down our target of 18,028. And we'll still be looking for that as we carry on. But any pops to short, like I said this morning, especially on Twitter, answering questions there, any downside, there was no downside, zero more. We are only looking long from the 1618 and the pre-market Fibonacci that we explained. So we popped back up here, and now we're just kind of slowly leaking down. So if we do lose yesterday's lows again, and then coming into tomorrow and slow, we are still going to look for that 18,028 to fill. We got our pop this morning, and maybe today, tomorrow, maybe it gets a wipeout. Today, later on, doesn't matter to me much. We already called and hit some of the biggest trades of the day. And just to mention here too, I just want to take a sec to go through our top downs and how we did our view apps today, because we do use these anchors a lot in our private chat, and talk about how we do this as well. So -3 extensions. You hear me mention the 3 a lot. The 3 extension is a very, very big number in the market. So when you see something like a -3 away from a deviation, so if we anchor, so what we're anchoring is we're making a VWAP from the top of pre-market, and I do that on Qs, I do that on SPY, and generally speaking, we have this big knife wash that we had called this morning when I said the VIX is looking hot, please don't long anything pre-market, you're not going to get it, you're going to get washed on. That was up here, washed very big. Now, when we come to the smaller time frames, this is a 30-minute, we shrink it down to 5-minute on these. This is what I was watching this morning on a 5-minute top down for also the bounce retracel. So what I have here is the pre-market high on both. We'll reset these. That was pretty much at open. And then that dump came, right? And then we look for certain denominations of extension, right? So price action staying under this purple VWAP right here would net us a big -3 push. We got washed down, washed really far down. Then we started to base here. And then unbeknownst to us, right about 8:30, but market open there, we're getting that cross back up on the 5-minute MAC, which has been a godsend lately. The MACD on the 5-minute has been the prediction indicator for confirmation for us recently here. So we had a really easy long call out from that 1618 right here. And then we went to the VWAP, and then you start looking for your top extensions. Extension 1, extension 2, right? And then she topped out right here at extension 2, came all the way back down. Now we are under the purple VWAP. And as long as we maintain under the purple VWAP, we should start to leak down, and the continuation breaks. So same with those anchors, with those confirmations, they look really good. And I think we'll chase down that gap at 18,030 on the NQ still within today or tomorrow, as we have to lose 18,150. That will happen. So tune in for the next video. Hope that helps. Give me a comment, give me a like, let me know what you want to see. Trade processes, Fibonacci, extra confirmation. I will try to cover it in videos, and stay tuned for the next. Thank you.